And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We'll send you out for highlights and interviews from Georgia Southern on the road at then number 24 ranked Coastal Carolina from Conway, South Carolina. The Eagles tied entering the fourth quarter, and then Coastal scored 2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes. The Eagles shut out in the second half, and they fall 28-14. We'll have highlights here from Coach Lunsford and a couple of the players as well. We'll also send you out for a very similar game, Statesboro High at Brunswick. The Blue Devils traveling down to Glenn County Stadium. The game was a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. Statesboro was trailing 21-18, and then the wheels fell off. Brunswick scores 2 touchdowns and kicks a field goal with just over 13 seconds left in the game to end up making that one look a little worse than it was. We'll send you out for highlights of that. Also, Southeast Bulloch advancing to the Sweet 16 in the state softball tournament. Now they're on to the Final 8 after sweeping at home against Appling County, a 1-0 game, and then holding on for a 5-4 victory in Game 2. We'll have highlights of that as well. All that and plenty more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy.
Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles, coming off a victory this past Saturday against UMass, were looking to build on that momentum as they traveled to Conway, South Carolina, where they've had plenty of success against Coastal Carolina in the past, leading that series 5-1. Coastal, though, this year ranked number 24 entering the game in the country. They had had big victories over Kansas on the road and at Louisiana. So entering that game, Coach Jamie Chadwell had his team prepared for the Eagles, 14-14 at the half, 14-14 entering the fourth quarter, and then Coastal scores 2 touchdowns within a couple minutes. The defense on the field way too much in the second half. The Eagle offense never really got on track, only scoring 1 offensive touchdown. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. Georgia Southern on the road at number 25 ranked Coastal Carolina. First half action. And the defense playing well. Raynard Ellis on the hit. But the Chanticleers strike first. In the first, backup quarterback Fred Payton airs it out to a wide open Sam Denmark for a 72-yard touchdown as Coastal takes a 7-0 lead. The Eagle offense unable to get on track. And the defense stopping the run. Chris Harris with the hit. Coastal minus 2 yards rushing in the first half. Special teams then come through. Wesley Kennedy from the Eagle 40 bobbles the ball, then heads up field. He gets a convoy down the sidelines, and he'll end up going 60 yards for the score as the Eagles tie the game at 7-all. Coastal right back through the air, though, as Peyton finds Javion Haley for a 54-yard pickup deep into Eagle territory. That drive ends in a jump pass from Peyton to Cameron Brown as Coastal goes up 14-7. The Eagles looking to cut into the lead, but Alex Rayner His kick is wide right. Coach Lunsford looking for some kind of spark, and it would come from the defense as Peyton will roll out, and he's picked off in his own territory by Derek Canteen. And then on 3rd and 7, Wirtz will find Malik Murray, who hauls it in at the 5-yard line. And from there, the give to J.D. King, who's going to do the rest as he's into the end zone, and the Eagles tie things up 14-all at the half. Coach Lunsford hoping to carry that momentum into the second half, but the offense continues to sputter. Wirtz only 7 for 20 passing with 2 interceptions. The defense on the field quite a bit in the second half. Here they come up with another stop. A scary moment a little bit later as Wirtz, seen here, carried off to the locker room where he'd get an IV and he'd return, missing only 1 series. Meanwhile, Coastal misses on a chance to take the lead. The score remains 14-all in the fourth. The Eagles only able to muster just over 200 yards of total offense. And finally, the defense breaks down as Peyton finds an open C.J. Marbley for the touchdown, his 3rd passing score of the game, 21-14. The Eagles then go 3 and out and give the ball right back, and Coastal scores one more time as Reese White breaks free for the touchdown, and the Eagles fall to 1-2 in conference play, losing 28-14. After the game, we had a chance to talk with head coach Chad Lunsford and some of the players about the loss.
It was a rough one. We just played bad on offense. Defense did a great job. They came out, got some stopped the run game. I think going in the half, it was like only 2 rushing yards. So they held up their end, and offense, man, we just got to play better. Simple as that.
Anything in particular why you guys struggled offensively?
We just came out flat, man. We came out, no energy, no juice. It was a little hot today, but there's no excuse because, it's hot in Statesboro. It's hot when we practice. So I don't really can't put my hand on one thing or what it was, but I could tell, like, coming out, it was a little flat. And we just never really got going. It was a tough day.
You guys run similar offenses.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that makes it kind of tougher because they know what you're doing, you know what they're doing?
Well, in a sense, yeah, but then also you got to think, like, we run our offense, so our defense go against that every day. So it benefits them. And as far as their defense, they came to play. They got some playmakers on defense, and they came to play today. They came to play. Just halftime, I felt my body kind of shutting down a little bit. Couldn't really get an IV in, didn't really have time. So came back out here and tried to go. My legs were just, that last drive before I got out, my legs were just cramping. Couldn't really get nothing into my throws and nothing like that, and just had to come out, going in and get an IV put in my arm. Came back out, try to get us the victory. I didn't play well enough at all to give us that, and I'm gonna take my blame. Get back tomorrow, watch the film and see what I could have did better, and that's all I can do. I think the players coach call was good enough plays to get us in a position to win the game. We just didn't execute well. Coach the best, he know what he's doing. He's been doing this a long time, so we trust him whatever he called. It didn't work. It didn't go our way today, and we just got to chalk it up as a loss.
I don't care how long we're on the field. Honestly, for a defense, we got to stop them, get a 3 and out, and get the offense back on the field. No blame on the offense at all. If they don't score, they don't win. We gave up a lot of big plays in the first half where, look at the end of the game, we gave up, 14 points in the first half where if we would have done our job and our responsibility, the game would have been tied, and who else would know what could have happened. And we had a big momentum swing, and, that's just stuff that's killing ourselves that we can't do at all. We just got to do better on ourselves of, closing the pocket and in those plays. There was a lot of third and longs that we just let them, convert, and that can't happen as a defense. You have to shut them down and, put your foot on their neck and choke them out, but sadly we couldn't do that. You just got to, contain the pocket and stop whoever it is, because that's happened a lot this season, whether it was Campbell or, UMass had happened a couple times, and Campbell, not Campbell, who else played? Louisiana too. So, just we got to find a way to stop the quarterbacks from escaping the pocket and making plays on their with their legs.
Very disappointed with our performance today. We got outcoached, we got outplayed, we got our butts kicked, plain and simple. And there's no way to sugarcoat that. We were in the game coming out of halftime, and Coastal ended up wanting it more than we did. And hats off to them, Coach Chadwell and his guys did a really good job game planning us. Did a really good job of getting after us, and we got dominated, and that's just how it is. I told the guys after the game, I said we can sit here and try to make excuses and all that type of stuff, but basically we got our butts kicked, and we have to understand that, and we better respond from it.
Coach, only one touchdown offensively. They give up 28 points a game. What happened?
Well, early in the first half, the two long passes, one that scored and one that set up a score. We had some miscommunication in the secondary that allowed them to get those 14 points. Other than that, I thought our defense played really well in the first half. They only had 2 yards rushing, which they've been a really good rush football team. And other than those 2 passes, I thought we were doing well defensively. Offensively, we didn't really piss a drop until we scored that touchdown right before half, and got us back into the game tied. But we offensively did not help our defense in the second half. We didn't keep our defense off the field, and then we gave up 2 more scores to them in the fourth quarter. Obviously there's things on defense but we got to fix, but offensively we could have helped our team a little bit better today.
Do you feel like you guys abandoned the run too soon, or do you feel like that's had to happen at that point?
When we got down 14, I mean, we had to start throwing the ball. We had some missed opportunities where we did throw the ball early on in the game that could have made a difference. We had a drop, we had a overthrow. I mean, we just had things that really would have made a difference for the offense, because we could loosen up their defense a little bit if we would have done a better job in that pass game. But when they're able to stack the box like that and we don't get to run, I mean, we got outrushed today. That doesn't happen at Georgia Southern. We got outrushed, and that's a problem, and we better figure that out quick. I think their quarterback did a good job. I know we were able to get a couple picks off of him, which is something that Coastal Carolina hasn't done, have not turned the ball over, and that should have mattered. We should have made those turnovers count for us. But again, I thought he came in, did a good job. Hats off again to Coach Chadwell and his crew. They kicked our butts in the second half.
Coach, you run similar offenses. Do you feel like that's an advantage for your defense and their defense, because they kind of know, they see it in practice and everything else?
Yeah, no question. I mean, it doesn't take much. I mean, because of what we do on offense, our defense, sees that all the way through training camp. That obviously helped our defense against the run game. Again, we got to clean up missed assignments in the secondary. We can't give up those points. We knew this was going to be a dogfight, tough game that went 60 minutes. Unfortunately, they hit us in the mouth all 60 minutes, and 14 points in the fourth quarter ain't going to get it done. And, when you get 14-14 going into half and think you can play better than what you did in the first half, you feel good about things. But for them to come out and really just punch us in the mouth, that's not good.
They scored that touchdown in the second half. You guys go 3 and out. They get the ball right back and score. How big was that for them? How bad was it for you to go 3 and out at that point?
Man, momentum changed big time. I thought defense started well coming out, getting the stop. We moved the ball a little bit with the offense, had to punt. I thought Anthony Beck did a good job in the third quarter of flipping the field, which helped in the third quarter. But we really needed to get something going offensively in the third quarter, because of what we didn't do on offense kept our defense on the field too much, which then allowed 14 points to happen. Again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Coastal, but we can't leave our defense out there like that. We didn't raise to the challenge. They scored first in the game. We were able to fight, win that middle 8 part, and we knew that we had to go finish the game, and that's what we didn't do. I mean, when I sit there and look at that, I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, it's not a stop here, or not a protection here, not a completion here. Without watching the film, I don't know for sure what it is. But again, I just think Coastal Carolina came out in the second half and wanted it more and kicked our butts. That's what I think happened. I don't think there was ever any panic I think the guys knew that it was going to be a fight the whole game. Wesley being able to get that punt return for a touchdown gave us a lot of momentum. We were able to come back and get that drive right before half that got that touchdown. And, we went into halftime, I thought, in real good shape. But Coastal came out, took control of the second half, and we were not able to respond. So the momentum went to them, and we never got it back.
Stay with us. Coming up next, we'll hit the high school gridiron.
My Queensboro banker is Cheryl Quick.
Blanchard Equipment Company has 16 locations.
Queensboro has homegrown values just like us.
They get heavily involved in every community.
And that means strong customer service.
They've been around a long time, just like John Deere.
When you run across the bank like that, you stick with them.
I sure would like to own one of these John Deeres.
Well, we can sure make that happen.
Oh, well.
Queensboro is your community bank. Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
The folks at the Georgia Southern University store want all Eagle fans to know the Statesboro campus of the University store will be open Saturday, September 12th from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. and Saturday, September 19th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Both Paulson Stadium stores will be open for window and counter service with a selection of Georgia Southern apparel from the time the gates open until the end of halftime. Web orders from the full selection of Georgia Southern apparel, hats, gifts, and tailgating items may be ordered for free pickup at Paulson Stadium at the Homeside store during game day hours. Web orders must be placed by 1 p.m. on Friday for each of the first 2 home games. So don't forget, for all your game day and Georgia Southern needs, shop the University store on the Georgia Southern campus. Only 2 of our area teams in action this past Friday, as Portal Panthers and Southeast Bulloch both had the Fridays off. Bulloch Academy went over to Trinity to open up region play and crushed the Crusaders in that one, scoring 49 points. As for the Statesboro Blue Devils, they were looking to rebound from their loss to Richmond Hill on the road at Glenn County Stadium as they were taking on Brunswick, who came into the game 4-1 on the season. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. Glenn County Stadium in Brunswick, the site. Statesboro High looking to avoid going 0-2 in region play, taking on the Brunswick Pirates. And early on, big play here for the Blue Devils as they're able to cause the fumble, and Statesboro is able to recover. Unfortunately, they couldn't do anything with it, and then KJ Lee gets the touchdown pass to put Brunswick up 7-0, but the Blue Devils come back. Some tough running right here behind the H-back set with Dake Williams in the backfield, Andrell Grace for the first down, and later it's 4th down and 1, and Ames Ratcliffe able to get the needed yardage to keep the drive alive, and then the drive culminates here as going over the top, it's Grace for the touchdown. The extra point failed. It was 7-6. Brunswick trying to come back, but instead, 2 plays later, the pick 6 for the Blue Devils by A.J. Eason. The 2-point conversion failed. Statesboro up 12-6, but Brunswick comes back. 4th and goal from the 4, and it's Lee with another touchdown pass. This one would put Brunswick up 14-12 at the half. We move to the second half, more of the same as Lee goes to the air, scores another touchdown for the Pirates. They take a 21-12 lead at this point, but the Blue Devils come right back downfield once again. A big game for Jalen Michael. He'd have over 125 yards rushing. Here he picks up a first down. The drive stays alive as it's Michael around the left side picking up 20 yards and another first down. Move to the 4th. Ames Ratcliffe in trouble on 4th down and 10. He picks up the 10 yards and 10 more to boot. And then cleaning this one up, it's Michael going in for the score as he dives for the pylon. Statesboro's extra point failed yet again. It was 21-18 at this point, but from there on, it was all Pirates. A big run right here by Jacoby Hill. A couple stiff arms, and he's in for the touchdown to make it 28-18. And then they tack on another to make it 35-18 and a field goal with just over 10 seconds left for the final count, 38-18, Brunswick on top. And stay with us. Up next, we'll hit the softball diamond. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
Our Southeast Bulloch segment is brought to you by Scott's Floor Covering, passionate to floor you for all your installation needs with over 30 years of experience. Please call Joel Scott at 912-536-2107 or email scottsfloorcovering@yahoo.com for a free quote today. This segment is brought to you in part thanks to After Hours Glass Service, LLC, where they truly believe that if you don't take care of a customer, somebody else will. Wishing much success for the Yellow Jackets 2020 season. Well, the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets opened up the state playoffs with a couple of nail-biters this past week as they split with Jackson in the first two games and then had to win the third game by a score of 3-1. This week they were hosting Appling County and come in one of the top 20 teams ranked in the state. The Jackets end up taking both of the games in that one, a 1-0 contest in the first game, 5-4 in the second. Let's send you out for the highlights. Southeast Bulloch in the AAA Sweet 16 hosting Appling County. Game one of the best of three, and Elena Barnard on the bump with the changeup for the strikeout. Lauren Erickson helping out here. She leads a charge with the single that just gets in. Kelsey McDuffie, the heads up running, and more hustle by McDuffie as Barnard's grounder booted. And McDuffie comes all the way around to score to make it 1-0. That's really all Barnard would need here, coming through with the strikeout to end the fifth. And then in the seventh, 2 out and the high heat to end the game. 1-0 Jackets win. We move to game two. The Jackets up 1-0 on a Shyla Thames RBI double. McKinley Fields then does her job, the fielder's choice RBI, to make it 2-0. The Pirates cut it to a 1-run game coming up here on the squeeze bunt. Barnard later continuing to catch the Pirates off balance. Another strikeout. Later, looks like trouble here. The strikeout to end the inning. The ball gets away, but Fields the heads-up play to throw the runner out at first. More from the Jacket offense as Erickson the single into right. And then Thames at it again. This time, the 2-run blast to left, up, and away. The Jackets extend the lead to 4-1. We move to the fifth, still 4-1. Gracie Bergen chops this one to center, and play at the plate. Holly Wise safe as the ball was bobbled. This proves to be a big run as we move to the seventh inning. It's 5-3. The fly ball to deep right, deep enough to bring the runner in from third, and it's a 1-run game. But Barnard bears down and is able to get the comebacker for the final out of the game, and the Jackets advance, winning 5-4. And up next, Southeast Bulloch hosting Rockmart in the Elite Eight at home. The game's taking place at 4:30 and 6:30 on Tuesday. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again soon.